What's up, everyone? It's K2, back with another Markets Around the World. Last week was a solid one for the stock market. Dow Jones hit record highs, climbing 2%, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq gained 1.7% each. Retailers popped off, Nvidia had a mixed week, and consumer sentiment stayed strong. But with inflation data on the horizon, things could get spicy. Buckle up, hit that like button, and let's break it all down. Bitcoin's rally toward $100,000 is fueling big gains for crypto stocks, but raising concerns about market overheating. Some see it as a warning, comparing today's risk appetite to 2021, which delivered quick gains, but led to a painful bear market and heavy losses for novice investors. Anthropic and OpenAI are unlikely to go public soon. Amazon's increased investment in Anthropic suggests it will stay private longer, reflecting Silicon Valley's trend of avoiding IPOs amid a weak market. OpenAI's CEO also stated an IPO isn't planned due to the company's unique mission. Black Friday will spotlight U.S. consumer health as shoppers face higher prices. The S&P 500 rose 1.7% last week, nearing record highs, boosted by strong Q3 earnings, up 9% year over year. Retail performance this season will reveal key economic trends. U.S. consumer sentiment rose to 71.8 in November, its highest since April, driven by a sharp increase among Republicans after Donald Trump's election win. However, it missed forecasts and remains below pre-pandemic levels, reflecting cautious optimism. Bitcoin nears $100,000 after Donald Trump's election win, driven by optimism over pro-crypto pledges, including a strategic Bitcoin reserve and appointing a pro-crypto SEC chair. Heavy ETF inflows reflect bullish sentiment, though long-term outlook remains uncertain. Northvolt's Chapter 11 bankruptcy is a major setback for Europe's EV battery ambitions, highlighting struggles to compete with Chinese rivals. Despite backing from Volkswagen and Goldman Sachs, it failed to secure funding, raising concerns over Europe's ability to foster a self-sufficient battery industry. U.S. mortgage rates have risen to a 4-month high, with the average 30-year fixed-rate mortgage reaching 6.84%, up from 6.785% the previous week. This increase, the highest since July, coincides with elevated home prices, potentially deterring prospective buyers in the near term. A year ago, the same rate averaged 7.29%. Despite the Federal Reserve's interest rate cuts since September, U.S. Treasury yields have surged due to strong economic indicators and concerns over potential inflation, linked to President-elect Donald Trump's proposed tariffs and mass deportation policies. Mortgage rates are influenced by the 10-year Treasury note. The combination of rising mortgage rates and high home prices is making housing less affordable, potentially sidelining potential buyers from the housing market in the near term. Now let's expand the conversation. I want to show you guys some data. We begin with NVIDIA's fiscal Q4 2025 forecast of $37.5 billion exceeded expectations by just $400 million, the smallest margin in 2 years. This marks the second straight quarter of modest beats, compared to a $3.8 billion surprise in fiscal Q2 2024. As NVIDIA's growth slows and investor expectations soar, it's becoming harder for the chipmaker to impress. U.S. stock valuations are at their highest since the dot-com bubble, with a P/E ratio 1.8x that of global stocks. Over 15 years, U.S. stocks have doubled their relative valuation, with the S&P 500 and Nasdaq delivering 447% and 786% returns since 2009, far outpacing the MSCI World ex-USA's 52% gain. These metrics suggest the U.S. market may be overvalued. Evolving your trading strategy is crucial as markets change. For instance, the rise of AI has reshaped market dynamics, and those who don't adapt risk being left behind in today's fast-evolving landscape. U.S. Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, now collectively hold approximately 1.1 million Bitcoins, accounting for about 5.5% of the total 20 million Bitcoins currently in circulation. This marks a significant increase, as the number of Bitcoins held by U.S. ETFs has doubled over the past year. This substantial accumulation by ETFs has contributed to Bitcoin's impressive performance, with prices nearing the historic $100,000 level and a year-to-date rally of 132%. The growing involvement of institutional investors through ETFs reflects a broader acceptance of Bitcoin as a mainstream asset, further supporting its price appreciation. This trend underscores the increasing integration of Bitcoin into traditional financial markets, highlighting its evolving role in the global financial ecosystem. Retail investors significantly increased their purchases of MicroStrategy, MSTR stock, acquiring approximately $42 million worth on Wednesday, the largest single-day retail buy on record for the company. This amount is about 8 times the daily average observed in October. Throughout the week, retail investors have bought a total of around $87 million in MicroStrategy shares. This surge in retail investment coincides with a substantial year-to-date rally in MSTR stock, which has risen approximately 530%, largely driven by Bitcoin's historic ascent. In the first 3 days of the week, MicroStrategy's shares increased by 39%, before experiencing a 16% decline on Thursday. The heightened activity reflects a growing risk appetite among retail traders, who are increasingly engaging with high-volatility assets. However, this trend also raises concerns about potential overvaluation and market stability, especially given the rapid fluctuations in stock prices. Here's the review of the S&P 500 heat map. For last week, Apple rose by 2.16%, while Tesla gained 3.70%. Walmart and Home Depot were each up 2%. Nvidia, Eli Lilly, and Visa remained flat for the week. Alphabet, Google dropped by 4%, and Amazon declined by 2.71%. As for the indices, the Dow Jones hit record highs with a 2% gain, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq each rose by 1.7%. The Fear and Greed Index is at 61, signaling greed. If market momentum, strong economic data, and earnings reports remain positive, the index could reach extreme greed next week. However, investors should stay cautious, as extreme greed often precedes corrections. There are the earnings for upcoming week. I think the most important one is Zoom earnings. Zoom reports Q3 earnings on November 25, with expectations of $1.16 billion revenue and 1.30 earnings per share. Key events for the upcoming week. Tuesday, new home sales report. Wednesday, key data releases including core PCE, GDP, and Chicago PMI. Thursday, markets closed for Thanksgiving. Wishing everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Friday, markets will reopen for a shortened trading session. All right, folks, that's a wrap for this video. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Got questions or thoughts? Drop them in the comments, and I'll respond as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.